Community Forum will examine the oddities and challenges to economic development, as well as issues yearning for government intervention. Watch fresh episodes of Community Forum on Sundays by 9:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's turn attention now to Akwa Ibom State, where the coordinator Office of the First Lady, Helen Enobaiki, says parents and community leaders must promote the holistic empowerment of the girl child through formal and skilled education. Miriam Daniels reports.
Citizens have been advised to explore alternative peaceful means of expressing their grievances. This was one of the messages delivered from the pulpit at a national prayer for peace, calling on Christians to gather and pray for the nation and its leaders.
The program is to gather people to pray for Nigeria, the president, and all our leaders. Because when we pray for the well-being of our leaders, they will have the good heart and the good health and the right mind to be able to do what we need in our country. That's why we organize this prayer program.
Christian leaders are reminded of their responsibility to teach and guide the faithful right.
We must teach our members the right thing to do. In hard times like this in a country, what we need to do is to pray. It's not to protest. It's not to abuse government.
Participants of the Special National Prayer for Nigeria, the President and all leaders expressed their faith in God and acknowledged the impact of the program.
We are all Nigeria. When we are praying for Nigeria, everything that pertains to all these attacks, it will be resolved.
At this point in time, I think our nation really needs prayer. It has gone beyond ordinary physical things that we see physically.
I think it is the best thing to do. Without prayer, you can do nothing. Without God, you can do nothing. God can do all things.
As Nigeria navigates challenging times, Christian leaders are urging citizens to seek divine intervention and work towards peaceful solutions by turning to prayer and reflection. Nigerians can foster a sense of unity and hope for a better future. Jane Francis Mweze, TVC News, Abuja.
And a growing number of reports show that people with disabilities are at a greater risk of sexual victimization. Lagos State government says it has engaged about 100 persons with disabilities on how to manage and relate to issues of sexual and gender-based violence. The Executive Secretary of the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency, Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, said the one-day sensitization program by the state government was designed to highlight issues affecting people with disabilities and to create a path for an inclusive and equitable environment where everyone can live free from violence and discrimination across the state.
Double whammy for them, double jeopardy. So whilst we don't have sufficient data to show us the prevalence amongst persons with disabilities, we are being proactive. We're trying to engage them from a preventive lens and then letting them know about our services that they and their colleagues, the other persons with disabilities, can take advantage of. And this is not a one-off engagement. This is just an entry point to this sector. We hope that in the coming months we'll continue to engage and we'll go to each cluster.
They really don't feel comfortable talking to people that they don't know. So as much as possible, we keep telling them. And that's why we plan to bring this kind of meetings to our own meetings, to our monthly meetings, to tell them that if you report, nothing will happen to you, number one. Number two, the person you are reporting to, because it is not our job to prosecute these cases. It's not our job to investigate. It's just our job to make sure that we escalate these complaints.
Most of them don't report, so that's why we are coming out to sensitize them, to tell them that they are not alone, that they can come to us, we'll take up their matter.
I think the awareness will cut across and it will minimize, if not reduce completely.
Professionals in the health sector are advocating greater attention to the mental health related issues in Nigeria. This is as the World Health Organization estimates that about 20% of Nigerians, or around 40 million people, are affected by mental illness. Senior correspondent Ivy Kano reports.
Mental health is one that is not given enough attention as it deserves in Nigeria. The World Health Organization estimates that only about 3% of the government's budget on health goes to mental health. The hall was filled with colorfully dressed individuals who have come for what the convener called serious discussions centered around mental health. Speakers include advocates, mental health professionals, and thought leaders. The convener says the theme, identity, will be examining questions like, who are you really? Relationship between identity and mental health.
Identity is the core of our being. Identity helps you to view yourself, view the world, and how to relate with other people. And when your identity is shaken, you can be disrupted and you will not be able to manage situations because our identity influences our decisions, the relationship we make, and of course, our overall mental well-being.
Some of the topics to be treated are impact of trauma on self-perception, role multicultural experiences play in shaping identity, and others.
There's so many people in Nigeria that are affected by mental health. 1 in 4 people are supposed to experience mental health issues at some point in their life. For example, a critical issue that is affecting a lot of Nigerians today are financial issues.
It's pivotal because it tells about the state of our minds, how well we're able to interact with other people, how well we're able to cope with the normal stresses of life, and how well we are able to contribute our quota to the environment that we live in.
You need an outlet, no matter how powerful you are. When the day is done, when you have gotten to the place of you don't reach here, you will need to talk to someone. And that is, I think, we should begin to cultivate that culture of, I can't do this thing all by myself.
Mental health in Nigeria is going on a positive track. A lot of people are a lot more open to it. They're no longer stigmatizing, mental health. They're no longer, afraid of talking about things that are happening.
The theme for last year was the mind behind the mask. There were participants who also joined online. Ivy Kanu, TVC News, Lagos.
And still on health matters, the Sultan Foundation for Peace and Development has handed over medicines and medical supplies to 73 health facilities across Kebbi State for free dispensation to patients. Director of the foundation, Abdurrahman Liman, said the organization is committed to improving healthcare in Kebbi State and promised to continue partnering with government for more health-related projects in order to enhance access to healthcare.
Ours is to hand over the drugs with a proper, efficient system of tracking through the pharmaceutical department of the Ministry of Health, which through their logistic management coordination unit. Firstly, the drugs are to be shared based on the indices, the needs.
These drugs and consumable being given to you today is a free of charge drugs, which you are going to use it and use it judiciously in your various facilities to ensure the reduction of maternal and mortality death rate in Kebbi State, because the initial package of these drugs mainly is for maternal and child's mortality.
To security, the Nigerian Army has a new forward operating base in Kogi State. The forward operating base is equipped with surveillance capabilities and will enhance the Army's operations in the region. Sifon Essien reports.
The forward operating base located in Egbe in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State is designed to improve the operational capacity of the Nigerian Army in the state and beyond. Equipped for surveillance, the FOB boasts a 98-capacity hostel for troops, a guard room, officers' mess, and other amenities. The base is the initiative of the senator representing Kogi West Senatorial District.
Of this project is to ensure security of lives and properties of our people. This will not only serve Egbe, as we've said, even the military men said it, it's going to serve the entire Kogi, serve Kwara State, Ekiti, and Osun State. At least criminals around this, that has made this, the forest around the habitation, they know there's no hiding place for them any longer.
For the army and the government of Kogi State, the FOB is a crucial asset in addressing security challenges in the state and neighboring Kwara, Niger, and Ekiti states.
As the Chief of Army Staff, I make bold to say that it is through this kind of partnership and shared vision that the Nigerian Army is reassured that members of the civil populace appreciate our efforts in curbing insecurity across the nation. I must say that the construction of this new FOB is very timely, bearing in mind the operational and logistical challenges we faced during the recent rescue of kidnapped students of the Complex University of Technology, Kogi State, who were rescued from the forests adjoining Egbe town.
Kogi State grapples with security challenges including kidnapping, banditry, and ethnic conflicts that have affected peace and stability of the state. The army authorities are optimistic that with the new FOB, troops will be in a better position to combat the challenges. Sifon Asian, TVC News.
And to other stories, community leaders in Abia State are advocating the inclusion of Igbo cultural heritage in educational curriculum in Nigeria. Leaders say the purpose is to ensure that culture is passed on to the younger generation. This dominated conversation at a New Yam Festival held in Igbere, Bende in Abia State. The New Yam Festival in Igbo land is an annual cultural festival held at the end of the rainy season in early August through October.
Extremely necessary to transfer our values to these children because of future. Some of these children don't even know that you go to farm, to plant this yam. Most of all these things is what we need to let them know so that they will live and grow with it.
It makes children to look forward in their academics, even in their culture.
We keep culture. It helps children. Without culture, they cannot identify person.
Part of the heritage of the Igbo people, and as our fathers are getting old, it is important that they transfer the tradition from their generation to the next generation so that it can be sustained.
The latest development in the Middle East, a Hezbollah drone attack has killed at least 4 Israeli soldiers at an Israeli army base south of Haifa on Sunday night. The attack is said to be one of the deadliest attacks against Israel by Hezbollah in over a year. In Lebanon, the health ministry says 51 people were killed by Israeli strikes across the country on Sunday, while in Gaza, Hamas-run authorities say an Israeli attack on a school used as a shelter killed 22 people on Sunday, including 15 children. The UN peacekeeping force in Lebanon says Israeli tanks forced their way into one of its positions on Sunday. Israel disputes the UN's version of events. At least 1,139 people were killed in Israel since the war began on October the 7th, 2023, and more than 200 people taken captive. Now in sports, the former governor of Abia State, Senator Orji Uzor Kalu, has condemned the ill treatment meted out to the Super Eagles of Nigeria in Libya. The Nigeria Super Eagles coach and technical crew were left stranded without food, Wi-Fi, hotel accommodations, and other logistics for over 11 hours as they arrived Libya airport for the second leg of the qualification of CAF AFCON 2025. Senator Kalu called on CAF to sanction Libya for treating the Super Eagles with such disdain and disregard, believing that the strategy was to frustrate the Super Eagles and dissipate their enthusiasm ahead of the match. He also alleged that the same treatment was handed down to Enyimba Football Club of Aba when they won CAF Champions League Cup consecutively in 2003 and 2004, and as the then governor of Abia State, he fought against it. That's TVC News this hour. For more updates on the stories we're monitoring, you can visit our website, www.tvcnews.tv. You can also follow us on our social media handles. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and on X at TVC Nigeria. On YouTube, we're live at TVC News Nigeria. Thanks for watching.